Hey Internet, today is going to be a video about this little guy that I just built right here. This is a Tricopter on 3-inch props. I have yet to see anybody that has made one of these with this size propeller. Tons and tons of quads, but no Tricopters yet. So this thing actually does fly, and it flies really, really well, and has crazy long flight times. I've been getting 12 minutes on this thing. I just flew a pack through it, just doing circuits around the yard to see roughly what I can get. I got 12 minutes and 22 seconds, and that's pretty outstanding. Obviously doesn't have the punch of my 5-inch quad, but that's what having multiple quads is great for. This is really the... Oh, I can't say that. I have a Tricopter that I salvage parts from. The flight controller and the receiver and the servo are all from an actual huge Tricopter. Well, not huge, a 370 size Tricopter. But the tail is a direct drive. This is an Emax 3154 Metal Gear servo. It's got a ball bearing output, so this is actually pretty sturdy. I posted pictures of this on Reddit, and I got a lot of people saying that I'm going to destroy this servo. And they're probably right, but we're going to see how that goes. That's what testing this stuff is all about, and I had a lot of fun building this. I currently have another mainframe printing for this in purple. The whole thing is going to be purple just because I love purple. It's my favorite color. And I'm going to express that through this. I don't have anything purple right now, so this is going to be it. So right now I have these are Emax Nano 20 amp ESCs, and they are just double-sided tape to this, and there's the NACE32, and there's my power distribution board. And right now, this is kind of like a prototype. This is the first one that's actually flown at all. So right now I don't have anything fancy done with this, or even anything kind of respectable done with this at all. It's just hanging there. But on these props, the motors have been warm but not too hot. I tried flying on these primarily. These are cut down 4 by 4.5 props. And I cut them down to 3.5, and I tried that, and then I cut them down to 3, and I tried that, and the motors were just scorching hot. But now I'm running GemFan 3030s, and they have been just great. Definitely don't have the punch of the other ones, but the motors are running cool, and that's all that's important. And I'm getting that ridiculous flight time, so that might be what this thing is good for. You can see the camera is like totally exposed, and that camera's just waiting to have its antenna smashed. This is true. I have a new version of this printing right now, where I'm going to take this zip tie loop and loop it around the camera and have it go into a slot down here so I can cut it at the right length, and then I'm going to CA it in there. And that's not a great solution. We will see how that works. If I bend this, like, if it just happens once, I'll figure out something better. But I've bent this a million times, and it's still okay. Still hurts me a little inside every time I do it, but it's necessary wear and tear when trying to do something like this. Again, I don't think anyone has done one of these before, so I'm kind of just trying things out. It actually flies really well right now. I was doing flips and rolls with it and stuff. I pretty much threw the same settings on it that my mini quad has. Just I put 7.5 on P and 75 on D, and it flies pretty similar to my mini quad, with 60% roll rate and 40% pitch rate. I've been doing rolls with it. Definitely does not have the punch of my mini quad with the same battery, but it's getting crazy flight time. So if I'm just doing lazy circuits around the yard like I often do, I can take this out instead. I have yet to try this with a recording camera, but it would be super easy to mount one. This is 50 grams, and the whole thing weighs 300 grams to begin with. So I'm thinking like another belt loop around this thing, around the camera, and that just clears the, well, I guess not with the battery checker. We'll have to figure something out. Maybe I can 3D print something to get this at an angle. I guess that's kind of important. But we'll see. It kind of sounds like it hovers at just below 50%, so I think that's pretty good as far as efficiency goes. Lots of people on Reddit, yeah, were saying that this servo is going to break. I have already crashed this 3 or so times fairly hard. Like, I threw the camera off, like, ejected the battery, and this servo was fine. One time this had popped out. I don't have double-sided tape in between this right now, but I'm going to. Oh, it fell out right now. That's probably from my last crash on my last flight, was on one zip tie. That's alright. It was fine. But anyway, I have that new frame printing right now. I'm sorry for babbling so long. I'm going to document the process on how I exactly built one of these. Anyone that's built a mini quad before is going to look at this, and they're going to know like exactly what went into it. It's so basic. It's just a frame with power distribute, like just a stack underneath there. It's exactly 36 millimeters wide, so exactly as wide as your power distribution board is. And it's built around this 1300 4-cell. This is a Genzace Tattoo battery, but pretty much all batteries that are 4S 1300s are that same footprint. So I'm going to put this up on Thingiverse once I kind of get it perfected, like once I prototype a little bit more and fly it and crash it and see what happens.